Hey, welcome to the second episode of WHVR. In this episode, I'm going to be looking at Ansel, some software that's built into nVidia graphics drivers. You know, recently the local news came up with one more thing that could be wrong with you, and it's called video game disorder. It means you're addicted to video games. Well, I've got one thing to say about that. I can quit at any time. Quit watching the news, that is. Roll it! So Ansel is software that's built into nVidia graphics drivers, and it is obviously named after Ansel Adams, the famous landscape photographer who was well known for using f-stop 64 that gives you a really long focal range. It allows you to press a hotkey in compatible video games, and it freezes the action, and you can move throughout the scene in 3 dimensions and take photos that are 360 3D photos like I'm doing right now with these cameras. It allows you to make screenshots, pretty much a whole gamut of different things that you can do, but I'm going to show you some of those 3D 360 shots in just a moment.
I'm beginning to think that playing Fortnite in reality was a bad idea.
Why do you say that?
Because somebody built the Ghost Swing of Calcutta.
Welcome to Ansel Park.
Welcome to Ansel VR. You are looking at a 360 stereo sphere picture I grabbed from the game Agents of Mayhem. I'm going to keep things moving along, so I can't linger on the pictures as long as I'd like. But you can pause the video and take your time later if you'd like. Remember, these are completely 360, so you can look all around as though you were right inside the game environment. And you can use Ansel even if you don't have any VR or 3D equipment. Just press Alt F2 in compatible games and the Ansel controls will come up on the left side of the screen. Choose 360 Stereo Sphere Photo and increase the resolution to something higher than 4096 if you like. I like 5120 myself. Click Snap and wait until it says the photo was stored. And here's a hint. Wait a little longer before clicking the Done button, or your picture will not process completely, and you'll end up with this unviewable mess. Agents of Mayhem gives you full freedom of the Ansel camera movement. You can move through objects, under the ground plane, into buildings, whatever. And the game itself is surprisingly fun. But fair warning, it's not for kids. There is a lot of strong language and sophomore jokes. Here are some shots from Star Wars Battlefront 2 2017. I have to use the 2017, you see, so people won't get confused with its superior counterpart from 2005. Superior in gameplay, not graphics. As you can see, the graphics are really great. There were 2 caveats though. Since the last update that added the Han Solo story content, the game has been crashing for me quite often. I was really struggling to get these pictures for this video. And as soon as I hit the Ansel hotkey, almost all the laser blasts in the scene completely disappear. What good are Star Wars screenshots without a bunch of lasers flying everywhere? I did catch a few lasers every once in a while, maybe one per scene though. However, smoke and sparks from the resulting gunfire would remain in the scene. These pics are from a little puzzle game called Snake Pass. In the game, you are a snake that wiggles its way through various obstacles to collect gems to unlock the next island. Along the way, you are challenged to pick up coins and other MacGuffins. It's interesting for a limited period of time, but it didn't hold my interest, and it's hard to believe anyone would want to take Ansel photos of this game. It's kinda meh. Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt is on the complete opposite spectrum of Snake Pass in terms of games to hold your interest and get you filling up your hard drive with Ansel grabs. Wonderful, detailed scenery, night and day light effects, sunstreaks through the tree leaves. It's a photography playland. The towns and woods are full of people and animals. All you have to do is seek them out with your camera. I found these deer in the woods on the other side of the town while I left Geralt standing on the beach. You can also add filters to your Ansel captures. I'm using the depth of focus filter to make the photos a bit more realistic. Birds fly in the sky, townfolk go about their chores, it's an amazing game world. Here, a boy practices to be Quasimodo, and this boy is pretending to be an airplane many years before they will be invented. And this boy thinks he's a radio tower much earlier than Marconi's wireless would come along. What is wrong with these crazy kids? Let's check in with the adults. Seems to be normal. Yeah! I guess I caught this fisherman at a bad time. That kind of thing happens with Ansel every once in a while. Mostly I found people and animals float a little off the ground, but the fisherman from the end of the Raiders of the Lost Ark was the only thing I found like that. If you capture some cool stuff with Ansel, post it online with Dropbox, Google Cloud, or whatever, and leave a link for me in the comments. I may not be able to look at all your pics, but I'll see if I can view a few. Be sure to put a spoiler warning if it spoils anything really important in the game that it came from, and also if it contains anything gory or any nudity, be sure to leave a note about that too. Think of the children!
Hey, thanks for hanging out with me, and stay tuned for another episode of WHVR.
I wake up to find myself staring at the fridge. And where all the food has gone really makes me cringe. 'Cause there's no one else that's living here. I know that I'm just lost. You should know if I die tomorrow, I could have some chocolate cake, a few glazed donuts, and I'd also eat a steak. Oh, my SpaghettiOs, you make taste buds come alive. If I die tomorrow, if I die tomorrow. Hey, I just found this full plate. You can't fix too bad. No matter how much duct tape. Oh, my sugar loops, you make taste buds come alive. If I die tomorrow. Don't do it, man. That's at least 3 feet of water.